So hello everyone and welcome back to another video of some F1 2020 Career Mode gameplay, of course, with Alpha Tauri. Today we are doing episode number 10 for the British Grand Prix. Yes. So first of all we're going to be looking at some upgrades, and I decided actually to wait because we've got 5 new upgrades coming in, 1 durability, 2 aero and 1 4 new upgrades, excuse me, no, we have got 5 because we've got those 2 engine ones coming in as well, which will obviously come in, but I'm thinking about going for a major engine power on the cylinder head for the next rack. But we also have an invitation event, this time racing round Japan short in what I believe is the 1990 McLaren. It's one of the early McLarens. I almost thought we weren't going to make it as well, but we made it across the line with 5 seconds to spare. Gives us 1,000 acclaim, and eventually all 5 upgrades have come in for this Grand Prix, which is absolutely fantastic. Unfortunately, well, I've got myself thinking, which is my weakest circuit out of all that remain? Now we've only got 7 races left, including today's. The weakest, I have to say, of the ones for me is Great Britain. We don't tend to do well around Silverstone. I've never actually, technically, although Silverstone short doesn't actually count, so technically I've never won here at my home Grand Prix. It's not a track that suits my driving style. So, yes, and looking at the performance, although we have now got ahead of Racing Point, it's still, we're not there yet, and I still think that past performances have shown, especially the fact that how few points Pierre Gasly has got this season, that performance index doesn't actually relate out to track as we move into qualifying. Only doing the 1 run as they've gone underneath the new walkway that's been built, going into turn 1. Nice 8th gear there, none of the 7th gear bollocks as we've had in recent years with assist, so something nice to see. We're only doing the 1 run, we're not really going out where the track is optimal. You can obviously gain a lot of time when you go out at the final moment of the qualifying, so if you are struggling for pace in qualifying, then that's recommended, but we're not going to really bothering. We're only going for this 1 run just to exercise, flex the muscles, gives the fans something to watch and cheer about, because of course everybody else is in the pits at this point. So and also just to get a feel what the car runs like on low fuel, see how far we are, close we are to the pack in front. It's not going to be a great lap. We seem to be losing a lot of time to the AI this weekend through Maggots and Beckett's. It's a track, it's a set of corners that I've never done well at in the past, so the fact that we're failing to get there in the first place is no big surprise. As we come around to finish our lap, and yeah, into the only section that I actually do well out of, and that's up to the line. What is it? It's going to be it's 18th place. So our teammate was only in 15th, so we're not. I know we're in over a second, but we've probably got that down if we were closer. But Gasly needs to perform more. Time for the race, though. What can we do from last on the grid?
Welcome along then to Great Britain and the Great Silverstone Circuit for today's Grand Prix. The 3.6 mile long Silverstone Circuit is one of the longest of the season, with 18 corners in the current layout. With average lap speeds reaching around 145 miles per hour, it's also one of the quickest tracks of the year. Watch out for cars taking the right-handers of Abbey and Copse flat out. And as always, a man with plenty of racing experience joins me in the commentary box. Today it's Anthony Davidson. Tell me, Ant, you're no stranger to surviving the melee of turn 1. So how do you keep out of trouble when there's so much going on around you?
There are three main things to worry about there, Crofty. Positioning, awareness and discipline. First, you have to put your car in a bit of space and make sure you have room to react to what the others are doing. Then you have to watch your mirrors and listen to the sounds around you to get a sense of where everyone is. And finally, just don't get too greedy. Just because a gap exists doesn't always mean you should go for it.
It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. An immense lap from Lewis Hamilton yesterday puts him on pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Valtteri Bottas and Perez, Ricciardo, Sainz, Norris and Lance Stroll, Raikkonen, Albon, Esteban Ocon and Giovinazzi, Gasly, Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen and George Russell, Latifi and an Alpha Tauri rounds off our grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, I know it's your home Grand Prix, but treat it like any other race. Don't take unnecessary risks.
Yes, I know it's my home Grand Prix too, Jeff, even though Silverstone isn't a track, my type of track really. We're going to change this up. I was thinking about there, but actually thinking about going to maybe lap 8 on the mediums. I think then we can push as much as possible. I'm not sure if the overcut will work today. We're going to try and get to the outside. We don't want to be on the inside because that's where the AI will be. So I think we can make a good start. There's 5 laps to go. We sort of been squashed in by Latifi, but then we go around the outside a little bit too wayward there, but we do come back, make it up into 15th place. Can we switch the inside now going into turn 3? There's a little bit of contact with Giovinazzi. Can we make it round Ocon? Or is Giovinazzi going to come have a look upper inside? No, that's crucial. We get ahead of them otherwise because those are. But around the outside there, making sure to keep it in the lines and getting the crucial making up 5 places. That's really how we're going to do that. Next up is Ocon and Raikkonen. They're going side by side. We're going to take a peculiar line through this section, but then we're going to see if we can get the inside of Ocon. We've already got Raikkonen, so that's good. We've up to the old start-finish line, and that is us up another 2 positions up to P12. But at that point, we start to struggle. The pace through Maggots and Beckett's, look, you can see losing time. We've lost a 10th. We've lost almost 2 tenths through Maggots and Beckett's. We gain on corner exit, excuse me. And you can see that the Raikkonen is given Ocon. We're going to go 3 wide. We don't want to be pinched like we were in one episode of Final Fantasy there. Fortunately, we do survive. But these sort of struggles seem to keep going on. Ocon keeps having a go at us. You can see there that there's more people there. He still keeps going to have a go, and that's where Ocon is strongest. He's not really there. He's always a couple of tenths down. So he's having a go now in across the partridge finish rate, and that's just going to slow us both down because I'm having to go down to 6th gear, not 7th or 8th. As we're looking now with Antonio Giovinazzi, who is out of the race. Will that bring a safety car? It has done so far this career mode. No. Well, that is actually a shame because we were coming in at the end of that lap. Giovinazzi's out, so at least that's 1 out from my remove. But we've got Magnussen up. He's having a good race. I mean, usually the Haas is the 2nd slowest car on the grid, but I think they've got some upgrades on the car and it seems to be working well. As we come in for the stop, what's this going to be? Can we get
Exit now.
2.7 second stop? That's not bad. That's about average for this game. I think we are going to probably get better as Sainz goes past as we expect. Now what about Gasly? He's sort of got ahead of Raikkonen. I'm not sure where Perez is, and we've lost out to Raikkonen and Gasly, which is worrying because if we've lost out to those two, then sure, are we going to lose out to Ocon? But we are on the soft tyres, so maybe it was the mediums that weren't really working for us. And you can see that we're using the soft tyres to our advantage here. Well, we haven't really got the pace here this weekend. I'm not sure if the upgrades are gone the wrong way or whether it's just me not liking this, not getting on with the circuit. We do get Raikkonen around the outside, the DRS straight, simple overtake, and up into P13. Next up is Pierre Gasly. Ocon did come out behind us, behind Raikkonen. He went to lap 10, and actually decided to, with only 3 laps remaining, he put on the hards, which I don't really get. But we're sort of struggling now. Raikkonen is been gaining, and he's having a look down the inside, and I think there's been a little bit of contact there. Well, that's going to give us a breather, but I don't know how the sparks are coming from the front of the car. Again, that's my line. I know there's been a lot of talk on Twitter about TR Limitless's move, and he would have argued that is not, again, the AI shouldn't be making that. But across the line for P12, couldn't catch Gasly in the end. The tyres, the performance isn't there, just wasn't there today, which is unfortunate. But we do get driver of the day, 7 places up. If we had a better qualifying position, then I'm sure we could have done a lot better. Gasly only 12th, no points again for him, so he's got to go back to the drawing board too and think, he's got the pace against the likes of Stroll, and he's faster than Ricciardo. He's set faster laps than pretty much everybody in front of him up until P5, but really it's not good for him. Ricciardo got P6, but he doesn't go ahead of Perez, who also scored, but we're still some 30 points ahead of them in a bit of no man's land, really, so that's really not going to do. Our teammate down in 18th place now. Lando Norris got some points from McLaren as well today, so in terms of the constructors, we remain a little bit clear of Renault. McLaren are now starting to get on the move as well, so we'll have to watch out for them in the dying parts of this season.
The fans really seem to enjoy that. You made it look easy. How's your grid penalty going to affect your strategy going into the race?
We've had the race, Claire. We've had the race? Did you not see us go round? Maybe you should have asked this question when we were on the grid. Oh wait, you don't go on the grid. You don't ask us questions on the grid.
There's quite a buzz around this team at the moment. What are your thoughts on them?
Well, they're too far out in front. Simple as that. And Claire exhaling her, the stuff that she's been smoking there. The rivalry. Why did I should have just gotten no comment on that, because it's just ridiculous now. Albon sort of picked his momentum up and it's really starting to struggle against him. But yes, I'm going to just leave it there. We're going to probably look at some upgrades, because of course it's not a short time down to Hungary, but then there's a little bit, obviously, I know there's a summer close down window. I would wish that Alpha Tauri would actually upgrade some of their facilities, and then we wouldn't have so many failures, especially on the engine side. I bet you that R&D failure does fail, and it won't come in for Belgium, which is such a shame. I expect Racing Point will probably have an update, considering the fact they were 4th clear, but now we're sort of doing that. Probably go for maybe another engine upgrade next time out, if that one fails, if that one comes in, but obviously that's going to take a little time, so probably go for a chassis upgrade, maybe start getting these tyre wear upgrades, and maybe an aero upgrade as well on the front. Obviously there are a couple of minors there which we can get to do, and that will help us out. Durability wise, I'm not too worried about that. We're going to be fine to the end of the season, and then we're going to be leaving the team no matter what happens. So yes, but if you have enjoyed this video, then leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you see more episodes of the Alpha Tauri Komodos when they come out. Until the next video, next time, take care, thank you so much for watching, enjoy your day, and goodbye.